Okay guys, Kevin Dye, Dye Painting, DYE Painting. I like to do all of my bids with a video camera so that way you guys see exactly what we do and we all see it at the same time. So that way at least, and it's a record of what I think needs to be done. So obviously new flooring's coming and that's kind of nice. So I'll start in here. Some of the rooms will be a little dark, but I can either open a blind or we can kind of take a look. Basically what we're looking at is repaint, nothing too crazy. We are a company that does prep. We're very adamant about our prep. It is the most important part of the paint job. I figure there's going to be no woodwork involved. So basically what we would do is we'd come in, everything would be masked off, just that line right there, so that I don't want any paint on that baseboard. And then we'd go ahead, pull these blinds, and then we would go ahead and paint everything. Stuff like that right there would be sanded to match the rest of the texture. Any cracks, any nail holes, anything of the like that would be sanded correctly. Would be sanded and put back together correctly. We also drywall. We also do drywall. So removing of any of the wallpaper here, which was done wrong, but any of this wallpaper to be removed, patches like right there, that would be included in our price. We do a full deal. I can texture this wall so that it looks exactly like that wall, and it would be caulked in and painted. I could give a separate bid for the cabinets, but we'll see if you guys even want to do that. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Whatever wallpaper is left would be removed properly. Behind the stove, it has to be done properly. Behind the fridge, everything. I see too many times people kind of get in and they just do part of it. So that's this room. Again, blue tape on this piece of wood, the trim, just so that it's completely covered. This would have to be fixed correctly, because if not, you're going to see it. We don't get paint on the beams, much like that. Okay, so here we're going to get a little dark. See if I can find a light in here. I can use whatever sheen you would like on the walls. I prefer a low sheen, like an eggshell, unless you guys want to go with semi. In bathrooms, I do use semi. That would be everything in here, everything around, everything, the works, everything. Lights are taken off, plates are taken off. That's very important. This bedroom, again, not a big deal. Pretty easy stuff. I would suggest if we do, now some of the door casings can go with a semi-gloss, but if we are using a low sheen enamel, then I use the best paints I can get my hands on. I don't screw around, I use the best I can. That would be patched. And all of that primed. That's very important, not just multiple coats of paint. The idea is that you can come in here and not see that at all. And have no idea that there was ever a heater there. In here, same thing. In here, basically what we do is, it's plywood. Basically what we do is we just come in here and we knock this whole thing out relatively quick. We don't do stuff like that. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus there. Paint all over we don't do stuff like that. We could prime these, the plywood, and paint that in for you as well. The trick would save you money as well if we picked a sheen that would work well with the casings, so that way it could all be painted at once and you're not having us come back and actually paint casings a different color or a different sheen. But if we do, it's not a big deal. All this stuff, easy stuff, what we do all day. Easy. Really like this house. It actually, your property is about 150 feet from my property. I actually own the 3-acre lot on Meadowview, which is right over there, and that's the back of my lot right over there. So it'd be a big commute. So everything in here, same thing. What an awesome big giant room. This is beautiful. Again, everything in here, plates off, whole works, painted. Any cracks, any holes, anything has to be fixed properly. That does not mean just caulk it and paint over it. You have to prove that it was never there. Again, wow, what a great ceiling. Boy, this house is really, really cool. You wouldn't even have noticed this from looking at the street. Closets, all woodwork would be left intact. unless you want it primed and painted all to match. In here as well, whole works. Kind of give you an idea what we do. Easy stuff, not a big deal. I got some seam cracks right there. They would have to be fixed, and closets. So that's kind of a rundown. I would suggest keeping these wood, unless of course you want us to paint them and prime them, but I think they like to, to match, because the other one doesn't match. But I don't know, I kind of like the wood look. That would be up to you guys. I will add that a la carte on the bid and let you say, okay, yeah, we do want it to all to match throughout the house, everything to match. So that can be done as well. There is some work, some drywall mud work that has to be done and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. Stuff like that would be sanded down. The trick is basically to look like a brand new house. We can do that without any issues. This job would take us probably 4 days. Roughly, just to do it correctly. We are licensed, bonded, insured, workman's comp, unemployment insurance, the whole entire works. We come with a very long list of references, and we don't really screw around. We are the detail guys, and we take pride in our work. Setting up a time for us to get in and do it might be a little tougher, depending if you guys need it in the next week or two. It probably would not be able to happen, because we're usually booked on exteriors easily till the end of October every year. And we usually book that up by the end of July. We're booked the rest of the exterior season. So a couple little touch-up stuff in here. But what I'll do is I'll send the bid over, email, and then if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call anytime. Like I said, I live right down the street, and we could definitely pop in and take another look. That would pretty much mean any color you guys choose, just because of the fact that we do 2 coats on everything, so it will get anything to cover. So yeah, that's that, and thank you very much, and have a good day. We'll talk soon.